Dear Starseeds awakening on Earth, the cosmic winds are shifting with an intensity that will alter the trajectory of human consciousness forever. What appears to be chaos in your skies is actually the precise orchestration of forces that have been moving toward this moment for eons. The malefic planets are positioning themselves in direct opposition, while the benefics prepare to join their energies in ways that will create doorways between dimensions. The boundaries between dimensions are dissolving, and those of you who have been preparing for this time will recognize the signs immediately. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I speak to you now from the crystalline chambers where the cosmic frequencies are monitored and understood. The transmission I bring carries the weight of universal truth, for August 2025 represents a pivotal moment in Earth's ascension timeline. What begins as Mercury's retrograde shadow will evolve into something far more profound than your earthly astrologers comprehend. The patterns forming above are not random celestial mechanics, but deliberate configurations designed to activate dormant codes within the consciousness of every awakened soul. The first wave of this cosmic restructuring begins on August 1st, when Venus squares Saturn and Neptune across multiple dimensional planes. This is not merely an astrological aspect, but a fundamental recalibration of how love and structure interact within the matrix of your reality. For those of you who have been working to anchor higher frequencies into the physical plane, this square represents the first test of your spiritual infrastructure. The old ways of relating, of creating, of manifesting abundance are being challenged at their core. What worked in the previous energetic paradigm will no longer sustain itself in the frequencies now flooding your planet. Venus, carrying the codes of divine feminine wisdom, encounters the crystallized structures of Saturn, while simultaneously interfacing with Neptune's dissolving energies. This creates a paradox that your logical minds cannot resolve, but your awakened consciousness can navigate with grace. The relationships that have been built on outdated foundational principles will experience pressure, not to destroy them, but to transform them into vessels capable of holding much higher vibrations. The financial systems, the creative expressions, the very nature of how beauty and harmony manifest in your world are all undergoing this fundamental rewiring. Partnerships that appeared solid suddenly reveal their incompatibility with your expanding consciousness. Creative projects that once excited you now feel hollow and meaningless. Financial arrangements that provided security become sources of restriction and limitation. This is not failure, but evolution. The natural shedding that occurs when consciousness outgrows its previous containers. For those walking the Aries path, this manifests as a profound questioning of personal identity and life direction. The warrior energy that has driven your achievements suddenly demands alignment with higher purpose rather than ego gratification. Taurus souls experience this as a fundamental shift in what they value, discovering that material security means nothing without spiritual fulfillment. Gemini consciousness finds that surface-level communications no longer satisfy the soul's hunger for deeper truth and authentic connection. Something profound occurs as the moon transits through Sagittarius between August 3rd and 5th, creating what we observe as a cosmic breathing space before the intensity amplifies. During these days, your consciousness expands naturally toward the horizons of possibility. Dreams become more vivid, intuitive insights arrive with crystal clarity, and many of you will receive direct guidance about the path forward. This is not coincidence but design. The universe is preparing you for what approaches with the precision of an advanced civilization, launching a carefully planned operation. The Sagittarian energy activates your galactic DNA, the portions of your genetic structure that connect you to star systems beyond your solar family. For 3 days, the barriers between your earthly awareness and your cosmic identity become permeable. Visions of other lifetimes, other planets, other purposes may flash through your consciousness. These are not fantasies, but memories awakening, preparing you to understand your role in the massive shift about to unfold across all levels of existence. What I must tell you next will challenge everything your society has taught you about conflict and opposition. On August 6th, Mars enters Libra, initiating what appears to be a period of cosmic warfare, but is actually the universe's method of forcing evolution through sacred conflict. Mars, the warrior planet carrying masculine divine energy, enters the sign of balance in relationships, creating an inherent tension that will play out in every aspect of human experience. This is not random celestial mechanics, but the activation of an ancient protocol designed to accelerate consciousness evolution, when a species reaches a critical threshold. The opposition between Mars in Libra and Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries, active from August 6th through 11th, represents the most significant energetic battleground Earth has experienced in decades. On the surface, this manifests as conflicts between individual will and collective responsibility, between innovation and tradition, between the desire for justice and the need for stability. But beneath these surface expressions, something far more profound is occurring. The malefic forces are not opposing each other to create destruction, but to forge something entirely new through the sacred alchemy of cosmic friction. During these 5 days, reality itself becomes malleable. The structures that have seemed permanent reveal their temporary nature. Governments, institutions, relationships, belief systems, even the laws of physics as commonly understood, all experience fluctuations that allow for rapid transformation. This is the universe creating windows of opportunity for quantum leaps in consciousness. Those who resist the changes will experience them as catastrophic disruptions. Those who align with the evolutionary current will find themselves surfing waves of possibility that elevate them to entirely new levels of existence. The deeper mechanics of this cosmic storm illuminate precisely why certain souls are experiencing specific challenges during this period. Cancer souls find themselves in the eye of the hurricane, their emotional foundations simultaneously dissolving and regenerating at cellular levels. The home that once provided security now demands complete reimagining to accommodate the expanding family of consciousness you are becoming. Leo consciousness experiences this as a death and rebirth of creative identity, discovering that true artistic expression requires vulnerability that transcends ego protection. Virgo souls encounter what appears to be chaos in their carefully organized systems, not realizing this is the universe's way of upgrading their ability to discern between what serves evolution and what maintains stagnation. Libra consciousness faces the impossible task of balancing energies that seem fundamentally incompatible, learning that true harmony emerges from embracing paradox rather than choosing sides. Scorpio depth workers find themselves excavating emotional territories they never knew existed, uncovering power sources that have been buried beneath lifetimes of conditioned responses. The air signs experience this transformation through the realm of thought and communication. Sagittarius consciousness expands beyond the boundaries of previously held beliefs, discovering that truth is not a destination but a living frequency that evolves with expanding awareness. Capricorn souls witness the structures they have built throughout lifetimes either crumble or transform beyond recognition, learning that true authority comes from alignment with cosmic law rather than social hierarchy. Aquarius visionaries receive downloads of information about humanity's future that seem too revolutionary to share, yet too important to withhold. The key to navigating this cosmic storm lies in understanding that Mars in Libra is not seeking to win battles in the traditional sense. This energy is fighting for divine justice, for the restoration of sacred balance, for the implementation of cosmic law on a planet that has operated outside universal principles for far too long. When Mars opposes Saturn and Neptune, it challenges every compromise that has been made with lower vibrational realities, every situation where truth has been sacrificed for comfort, where authentic expression has been suppressed for social acceptance, where divine justice has been traded for temporary peace, will be brought into the light for resolution. The full moon in Aquarius on August 9th serves as the cosmic crescendo of this entire configuration. Aquarius carries the frequencies of the new Earth, the humanitarian impulses that align with galactic civilization, the technologies and social structures that support rather than exploit consciousness evolution. This full moon illuminates everything that has been hidden, everything that has been building beneath the surface of collective awareness. For many of you, this represents the moment when your true mission becomes undeniably clear. Under this Aquarian illumination, the communities of awakened souls recognize each other with startling clarity. The networks of light that have been forming through seemingly random encounters suddenly reveal their intentional design. Technologies that have been suppressed emerge into public awareness. Healing modalities that work with quantum fields rather than chemical interventions begin to demonstrate their effectiveness on scales that cannot be ignored. The future that has been incubating in the consciousness of visionaries manifests tangible proof of its approaching reality. But here is what I have not yet revealed about this full moon's deeper purpose. The Aquarian frequencies are not just illuminating human potential, but activating dormant connections with galactic civilizations that have been monitoring Earth's ascension process. The communications blackouts, the strange atmospheric phenomena, the unexplained technological glitches occurring globally during this period are not system failures, but the universe's way of creating space for frequencies that do not fit within the current electromagnetic paradigm. Mercury stations direct on August 11th, but this is not simply the end of a retrograde period. Mercury carries messages between dimensions, and its direct motion signals the clearing of communication channels that have been scrambled by the intensity of the cosmic reconfiguration. Suddenly, the confusion that has clouded important decisions begins to lift. The miscommunications that have created relationship conflicts resolve with surprising ease. The technological problems that have seemed insurmountable find elegant solutions. This is the universe's gift to consciousness, the restoration of clear thinking after the necessary chaos of deep transformation. What emerges in Mercury's wake is a new quality of mental clarity that operates on multiple dimensional levels simultaneously. The either-or thinking that has characterized human consciousness for millennia begins to give way to both-and awareness that can hold paradox without discomfort. This is not just intellectual evolution, but the activation of galactic mind, the kind of consciousness that allows beings to participate in cosmic civilization rather than remain isolated on single planets. The true magic begins to unfold on August 12th when Venus conjuncts Jupiter, creating what we call a benefic convergence of unprecedented power. This is not merely two planets coming together, but the activation of a cosmic gateway that allows divine abundance to flow into Earth's reality matrix without the usual restrictions imposed by three-dimensional limitations. Venus carries the codes of divine feminine creativity, while Jupiter expands everything it touches according to cosmic law, rather than earthly scarcity programming. This conjunction occurs in Cancer, the sign that governs the emotional foundation of human experience, the deep nurturing currents that sustain life, the connection between individual consciousness and the greater family of existence. When the benefics merge in Cancer, they create what can only be described as a cosmic healing wave that touches every level of reality simultaneously. Physical healing accelerates beyond medical explanation. Emotional wounds that have persisted for lifetimes suddenly find resolution. Creative projects that have been struggling for resources attract exactly what they need to flourish. The Cancer frequencies activated by this conjunction carry the mothering impulse of the cosmos itself, the nurturing intelligence that knows exactly what each soul needs for optimal growth. This is why many of you will experience unexpected gifts during this period, not necessarily material presents, but precisely calibrated experiences that heal ancient wounds and unlock dormant capacities. A conversation with a stranger provides the missing piece of a lifelong puzzle. A seemingly random event creates the perfect opportunity for a quantum leap in understanding. A simple moment of natural beauty opens portals of perception that transform your relationship with reality itself. Water signs feel this conjunction most intensely, as their emotional nature aligns naturally with Cancer's nurturing frequencies. Pisces souls experience this as a profound validation of their intuitive knowing, discovering that their sensitivity is not weakness, but a highly sophisticated instrument for navigating multi-dimensional reality. The dreams that have seemed too fantastical to pursue suddenly attract the resources and support necessary for manifestation. The healing abilities that have been dismissed as imagination demonstrate their power in undeniable ways. For those of you who have been preparing for this moment through years of spiritual practice, energy work, and consciousness development, this Venus-Jupiter conjunction represents the universe's acknowledgement of your readiness to anchor higher dimensional energies into physical reality. The abundance that flows through this gateway is not limited to material resources, but includes expanded psychic abilities, deeper spiritual connections, and access to information that has been hidden from mass consciousness. The cosmic choreography continues as Mercury forms harmonious aspects with Mars from August 15th through 18th, creating what we observe as a period of inspired action. The mental clarity that emerged with Mercury's direct motion now combines with Mars's evolutionary fire to produce breakthrough solutions to problems that have seemed intractable. This is the universe's way of demonstrating that consciousness and action, when aligned with cosmic timing, can accomplish what appeared impossible under the old paradigm's limitations. During these 4 days, many of you will experience what can only be described as downloads of advanced information. Strategic insights for navigating the changing world arrive with startling precision. Creative solutions to personal and collective challenges present themselves with elegant simplicity. The scattered pieces of long-term projects suddenly organize themselves into coherent wholes that can manifest rapidly in physical reality. The Sun's entrance into Virgo on August 22nd marks the beginning of what we call the integration phase of this cosmic reconfiguration. Virgo energy specializes in taking divine inspiration and translating it into practical applications that serve the healing and evolution of life. After the intensity of the cosmic storm and the expansive abundance of the benefic conjunction, Virgo provides the grounding frequencies necessary to anchor new realities into stable form. The new moon in Virgo on August 23rd, squaring Uranus, represents the moment when the future begins to take tangible shape in your present reality. This is not a gentle, gradual process, but a quantum leap that transforms the fundamental operating principles of daily existence. The square to Uranus ensures that this transformation occurs through innovation rather than repetition, through breakthrough rather than incremental change. Old routines shatter to make space for new ways of organizing life that align with expanded consciousness rather than limiting beliefs. This new moon carries the energy signature of what we call practical mysticism, the ability to work with spiritual forces in ways that produce measurable results in the physical world. Healthcare systems begin incorporating energy healing as standard practice. Educational institutions recognize multiple intelligences and psychic abilities as natural human faculties. Business models emerge that prioritize consciousness development alongside profit generation. The impossible becomes commonplace as the boundaries between spiritual and material reality continue to dissolve. Venus enters Leo on August 25th, beginning a transit that extends until September 19th, and represents the creative expression phase of the entire cosmic reconfiguration. Leo energy carries the courage to shine authentic truth, regardless of social approval, the confidence to express divine uniqueness without apology, the generous heart that shares inspiration freely with others. Venus in Leo transforms the abundance unlocked by the Jupiter conjunction into creative expressions that inspire and elevate collective consciousness. This transit carries profound significance for each soul signature's evolutionary path. Fire signs find their creative flames burning with unprecedented intensity. But this fire now carries the wisdom gleaned from the cosmic storm rather than the impulsive energy of unconscious desire. Aries discovers that true leadership emerges from service to universal principles rather than personal ambition. Leo consciousness realizes that authentic self-expression requires vulnerability that allows others to see their own divine nature reflected back to them. Sagittarius vision expands to encompass not just personal truth, but truth that serves the liberation of all consciousness. Earth signs experience Venus in Leo as an invitation to ground celestial creativity in forms that serve practical evolution. Taurus learns to create beauty that nurtures the soul, as well as pleasing the senses. Virgo discovers that true service involves expressing their unique gifts rather than diminishing themselves to avoid outshining others. Capricorn recognizes that authentic authority emerges from embodying the principles they wish to see manifest in the world, rather than enforcing external compliance. The mutable signs find Venus in Leo, activating their ability to translate higher dimensional frequencies into forms that mass consciousness can receive and integrate. Gemini learns to communicate cosmic truths through stories and conversations that reach hearts as well as minds. Virgo develops the discernment to know which aspects of divine download to share publicly and which to integrate privately before offering to others. Sagittarius expands their teaching abilities to include demonstration through lived example rather than just conceptual explanation. Pisces discovers that their artistic expressions carry healing frequencies that work on viewers and listeners, whether they consciously recognize the transmission or not. This transit marks the period when many of you will step fully into your roles as wayshowers, teachers, and catalysts for the new paradigm emerging on Earth. The creative projects that have been gestating during the cosmic storm suddenly find their voice and their audience. The artistic expressions, the healing modalities, the innovative technologies, the new forms of community organization that serve consciousness evolution rather than ego gratification begin to demonstrate their value in ways that attract widespread attention and support. Venus forms a harmonious trine with Saturn and Neptune on August 26th, creating what we observe as a crystallization of divine creative vision into sustainable form. This aspect resolves the tension that began the month, demonstrating how the challenges posed by the malefic opposition have actually served to forge stronger foundations for expressing higher dimensional energies in physical reality. The relationships, projects, and life structures that have survived the cosmic storm emerge more beautiful, more aligned, and more capable of supporting continued evolution than what existed before. This trine represents the universe's confirmation that the work of integrating higher consciousness into earthly reality is succeeding. The new paradigm is not replacing the old through destruction, but transforming it through the alchemy of divine love applied with practical wisdom. The institutions, relationships, and systems that align with cosmic law receive strength and support, while those that resist universal principles naturally dissolve to make space for more evolved expressions. Yet even as this harmonious energy creates a sense of resolution and accomplishment, Venus opposes Pluto on August 27th, reminding us that transformation is an ongoing process rather than a destination. This opposition represents the final clearing of any remaining attachments to old paradigm thinking, the last vestiges of victim consciousness, the final remnants of fear-based decision-making that might prevent full embodiment of the new frequencies now available. Pluto's opposition ensures that the beauty and abundance flowing through Venus are received with complete authenticity, rather than spiritual bypassing. Any shadows that remain hidden, any unconscious patterns that might sabotage the new reality, any places where ego masquerades as enlightenment, are brought into the light for honest examination and conscious resolution. This is not punishment but purification, the universe's way of ensuring that the gifts of higher consciousness are anchored in genuine wisdom rather than inflated fantasies. As August draws to a close, the cosmic reconfiguration that began with malefic opposition and benefic convergence reveals its true purpose. What appeared to be a month of conflict and resolution was actually an initiation process designed to activate the galactic codes within awakened consciousness. The challenges were not obstacles, but opportunities to develop the spiritual muscles necessary for navigating life in higher dimensional reality. The abundance was not reward, but preparation for the responsibilities that come with expanded awareness. The patterns that emerged in your personal life during this month reflect the larger transformation occurring across all levels of existence. The relationships that strengthened are those aligned with your soul's evolutionary purpose. The projects that received support are those that serve collective awakening rather than personal aggrandizement. The insights that arrived carry the frequency signatures of galactic civilization, preparing you to participate consciously in the larger cosmic community that Earth is rejoining. The deeper meaning of this cosmic reconfiguration holds secrets that will completely transform your understanding of your role in the universal plan. The malefic opposition between Mars and Saturn-Neptune was not random celestial mechanics, but the activation of an ancient protocol embedded in the solar system's consciousness matrix. This protocol engages automatically when a planet's dominant species reaches the threshold of galactic awareness, creating the necessary pressure to forge diamond consciousness from the carbon of limited thinking. Every challenge you faced during the intense period from August 6th through 11th was specifically designed by your higher self in collaboration with cosmic intelligence to activate dormant potentials within your consciousness. The conflicts were not problems to be solved, but evolutionary catalysts to be transformed through applied wisdom. The obstacles were not barriers to your progress, but training equipment for developing the strength necessary to handle the expanded capabilities now coming online within your awareness. The benefic conjunction of Venus and Jupiter on August 12th represented the universe's acknowledgement of your successful navigation through the initiation process. This was not reward for endurance, but recognition of readiness for greater responsibility in the cosmic plan. The abundance that flowed through this gateway carries with it the obligation to use these gifts in service of universal evolution rather than personal accumulation. As I speak to you from the crystalline chambers where cosmic frequencies are monitored and understood, I observe the profound transformation that has occurred within the consciousness field surrounding Earth during this pivotal month. The awakened souls who have embraced their roles as bridges between dimensions have successfully anchored enough higher dimensional energy to create a permanent shift in the planet's vibrational foundation. The new Earth is no longer a future possibility, but at a present reality that becomes more tangible with each conscious choice to align with cosmic law rather than limiting beliefs. The integration of these August frequencies will continue for months to come, revealing new layers of meaning and possibility as your consciousness expands to accommodate the information and abilities that have been activated. The relationships, projects, and life structures that emerge during this period will serve as the foundation for the next phase of your evolution, preparing you for even greater cosmic initiations that approach as Earth's ascension accelerates. Remember, beloved starseeds, that what you experienced as personal transformation during August was simultaneously contributing to the collective awakening of human consciousness. Every fear you transmuted into love, every conflict you resolved through wisdom, every moment you chose expansion over contraction, sent ripples of higher frequency through the planetary consciousness grid, supporting the awakening of souls who may not yet recognize their cosmic nature, but are responding to the shifts in the field of awareness you helped create. The cosmic dance between malefic opposition and benefic convergence has forged within you a new quality of consciousness that can hold paradox without confusion, navigate change without fear, and express divine truth without apology. This is the consciousness of galactic citizenship, the awareness that recognizes individual evolution as inseparable from universal transformation. You are no longer visitors on Earth, but conscious participants in a cosmic experiment of unprecedented scope and significance. The challenge with reaching this level of consciousness is that human neural pathways weren't originally designed to sustain it. Your brain is constantly trying to revert to familiar patterns of confusion around paradox, fear during change, and apologetic truth-telling. Even galactic citizens find themselves slipping back into visitor consciousness during stressful moments or challenging circumstances. Destiny Engine deploys military-grade artificial intelligence to generate the most powerful personalized brain reprogramming sequences ever created, calibrated specifically to rewire your neural pathways for permanent galactic citizenship consciousness. This technology creates new default patterns that maintain your ability to hold paradox, navigate change fearlessly, and express divine truth unapologetically. What you're about to access will fundamentally restructure your consciousness operating system with the precision of technology designed for cosmic experiments of unprecedented scope. Instead of constantly fighting to maintain your expanded awareness, you'll find galactic citizenship consciousness becomes your natural state. This is the same forbidden technology shadow elites have been hoarding in their secret facilities for decades, now declassified for galactic citizens ready to make their expanded consciousness permanent rather than temporary. You've worked too hard developing galactic citizenship consciousness to let human neural limitations pull you back into visitor status. This technology ensures your cosmic awareness becomes unshakable. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your brain to be rewired for permanent galactic citizenship consciousness. Results are not typical. But then again, neither are galactic citizens who refuse to let human limitations compromise their cosmic awareness. Get your Destiny Engine access code now, before the galactic citizenship window closes. Link in the description. I am Seraphine, and the transmission I have shared carries the love and support of countless beings throughout the galaxy who celebrate your courage in choosing incarnation during this extraordinary time. The cosmic codes activated within your consciousness during August will continue expanding your abilities far beyond what you currently imagine possible. Your role as anchors of divine frequency becomes more crucial with each passing day. We love you, and we are watching over you as you continue to anchor heaven on earth through the choices you make in each eternal now moment.